Hello, my name is John Overholt. 40 years ago, I used to own the Victoria Trick and Joke Shop, and I used to perform magic tricks, just like this one here called the Illusion of the Rings. And then I had an experience in life that absolutely changed everything about what I was doing in life. And really the only way that I could explain it is that I was there when it happened. See, this experience is really hard to explain because it went way beyond my natural way of thinking. I was an atheist or agnostic, and in those days wanted nothing to do with anything that I would have termed spiritual or religious. I actually believed in evolution. I guess I figured my teachers knew what they were talking about, and so I just went along with them. That's what I did. I just went with the crowd. I was at a place in life where I was always trying to be somebody, to prove myself, and so I became a magician. So there I was, in my trick and joke shop, minding my own business, and this teenage girl walks in. She points her finger at me, and she says, "Mister, you're going to go to hell if you don't stop living the way you're living." And then she walks out. Looking back at it now, I realize it took a lot of courage for her to do what she did. I mean, at the time, I just responded in anger. But she was out of the door before I could actually get a word out. But it was like a sword that penetrated me. And I thought to myself, whoa, what if she's about as far away from religion as anyone could get? And I figured that when you die, you're buried, that's it, and you're done away with, you're toast. And so what was I worried about? But I guess for the first time in my life, I wasn't so sure about my life after death. See, I had been listening to everybody else's theories for 28 years. So I thought to myself, well, maybe I need to find out for myself. So I made this rather sheepish but determined prayer. I said, God, if there really is a God, I'm going to find out for myself if you're real or not. And so I ask you to show yourself to me. Now, if you never prayed much before, that's a really good one to start, because it definitely changed my life. You know, it wasn't long after this rather feeble prayer of mine that this question came to mind. And the question was this: John, are you here by accident, or did someone actually create you? And as I started to ponder this question, I realized that this for me was very significant. Because if we're here by accident, some cosmic explosion, evolving over millions of years, then it doesn't really matter. But if we are here because someone actually created all of this, well, for me, I knew that would change everything. And it would for you too if you thought about it. I turned to the back of the Bible I had, and in the back it had 50 excuses people have for not becoming a Christian. And so I started reading these excuses, and I realized, wow, I've got all these excuses. Then I had little answers for each one, an explanation for all these excuses. So now I became excuseless. What was I to do? And then it gave a little explanation on this is what you need to do to become a Christian. So, after 28 years, this was the first time I had ever read that there was a way to get connected to God. See, the one who made you wants to relate to you and wants to come so near that he comes actually to live in you. Now, if you imagine this book, for example, to be sin, it's the one thing that stops you from being connected to God. See, this is not a difficult concept. Get rid of the sin in your life, and you can have a relationship with the living God. That's why Jesus came on the scene. For 3 months, I examined evidence, accident, creation. How could there not be a designer to a world full of design? And if there was ever a sinner, yes, I was one, and I really didn't have happiness. And like Mick Jagger, I couldn't get any satisfaction either. I knew that there was an emptiness deep within me. So finally, after 3 months, while everyone in my family was in bed for the night, I got down on my knees, and with all my heart I said, "Yes, Jesus." And with those words came a sincere acknowledgement that I needed a Savior and that I was giving up my life and following after Him. So like in a poker game, it was like I took all my chips and I said, "Okay, I'm all in." And immediately something happened on the inside of me that has changed me forever. Looking back at it now, I can honestly say that's when my life started to. That's when I started to live. It was like I was born again. And a lot of people have asked me, well, how do you know? See, when the God of the universe comes to live inside of you, believe me, you'll know, because I was there.